I grew this Instagram theme page for 30 days using only AI, and I documented my whole journey so you can extract as much value as possible from this venture. I'll walk you through the AI tools I was using, the process, the time spent, the data, the potential opportunities, and of course at the end I will give away all the things I learned according to the data I received while operating this account, and trust me, I'll give you some very useful tips and tricks to increase your growth on Instagram and start a successful Instagram theme page business. However, if you're expecting to see hundreds of thousands of followers gained in 30 days, with multiple viral videos with a couple of million views each and thousands of likes and so on, unfortunately I have to disappoint you, because here I don't buy followers and views, and I make genuine experiments. I don't fake my results just to make my videos more interesting and make myself look like an absolute genius. My goal is to go through the process myself so I can experience what an average person would experience while trying to make some money online, and figure out what my mistakes are so you can avoid them and have real useful advice, real results, real data, and realistic expectations if you want to get into this yourself. But before I start, I want to tell you one thing. Growing an Instagram theme page using only AI actually works, and you will find a lot of value in this video. So the first thing I did was to go to the very well-known AI tool ChatGPT and ask for a catchy name for my new Instagram account, which I decided to be in the fitness niche. Why in the fitness niche, you might be wondering? Well, here's the first tip for the video. Pick a niche that you are genuinely interested in so you can constantly come up with content ideas, even though we will be using ChatGPT for that purpose. But you can easily tell if ChatGPT is giving you silly ideas or if something is not 100% right, and etc. Also, it will be more unlikely to burn out because it's gonna be more like a side project that you enjoy doing, and you won't be doing it just for the numbers. If you can't see yourself doing this for the next few years, you're probably not gonna make it. So first step, make sure you don't do it only for the money, because you will give up eventually. However, you can see that ChatGPT very quickly gave me 20 name ideas for my Instagram account. And by the way, this and the following footage were filmed 1 month ago when I was actually creating that account. So this is all a genuine walkthrough. But among all these names given, one really stood out to me, and that was number 4, Iron Soul Fitness. It is not like some type of genius name or whatever, but I thought it was good enough and I picked this one for my account. So the next thing I did, of course, is to go to Instagram.com and create an account. I'm not gonna show you the process of that because it's pretty straightforward, but all I can say is that this name was already taken and I had to add number 5 at the end, but this doesn't matter of course. And from here, I had to complete my account, write my description, add a profile picture, and etc. So for the profile picture, of course we're gonna use AI, and I chose Leonardo.ai. It's free, easy to use, and it has quite a bit of options you can play around with. But I just used my last saved settings and I prompted muscular man in the gym, and this is what I got. Its body looks a bit weird, but we're gonna use this image only from the waist up, so I thought it was good enough and I just went to Canva to adjust it. I quickly cropped the image to the appropriate size for my avatar and uploaded it on Instagram. Of course, I also filled out my bio because it's very important, and my account was ready to upload my first reel. Again, one small tip here. If you wanna see traction on your Instagram theme page, post reels instead of images. They get a lot more eyeballs than a regular image post. I quickly wanna show you the date down here. It's October 19th, so let's find out where I can get this account in 30 days. The first thing I did, of course, is to go to ChatGPT to generate some content ideas. If you're not using this AI tool for your business, no matter what you're doing, you're missing out on a lot. That's all I have to say. But anyway, I asked ChatGPT to give me the top 5 exercises for building arm muscles according to science. And that's what ChatGPT gave me, which is actually a very solid result. So I have the content, and now I need the visuals. In order to generate the visuals for our reels, we're gonna use ChatGPT's brother, DALL-E. You can access DALL-E for free at bing.com/create. You just have to create a Microsoft account and you'll be good to go. Here you can see how I was typing different prompts to generate some images for my first post, and I was trying various different things until I found a prompt that gave me the results with the desired look. One quick tip here, search in Google or ask ChatGPT to give you prompt ideas if you can't get the desired look. In Google you can find so many different prompts and you can actually see the result right away. And if you like the style, just copy the elements from that prompt and paste them in your own prompt and you'll get the desired outcome. But anyway, we got the content and the visuals, and the only thing that's missing is the voiceover. So I went to the next AI tool at 11labs.io. Honestly, they have probably the most realistic sounding AI voices on the market, and again, it's completely free. Your quota of 10,000 characters is renewed every month, and at the end of the month I still had like 2,000 characters remaining. So it's perfect for short form content. Just pick a voice and you can adjust it if you want to from these drop down menus, and you are all set. Then, as you can see, all I did was copy the content from ChatGPT and paste it into 11 Labs. I haven't changed anything, literally copied and pasted the most important stuff. One tip here again, at the end, follow for more, or send this to your gym mate, or save it for later. People literally need to be told what to do after they've watched your reel, so this can boost your numbers. But apart from that, I finally had everything needed for my first reel, so I just had to combine everything together. For that purpose, I chose to use CapCut simply because it's free, it's very easy to use, and it has that AI element I was looking for. All I did was trim all the silences between the sentences to make the video more dynamic, and then I just started to place the images that I generated from DALL-E on the timeline, choosing the best ones that match what is being said by the voiceover. CapCut has so many super cool effects, transitions, filters, elements, and so on that I still can't wrap my head around the fact that it's free. You can make amazing videos without any previous experience and video editing skills. And if you're wondering what is the AI element in CapCut, I was actually referring to the auto captions feature, which basically transcribes the whole video for you, which saves you so much time. From here, you just have to choose your desired size of the captions, the positioning, the font, the style, and all that, and that will be applied to all of them. And that's basically how I did not just my first, but all of my videos in this challenge. You can go through all of them later on, and you'll see that they all have identical style. One of the tips I can give you here is to make the video as dynamic as possible. That includes changing the visuals every 2 to 3 seconds, making the captions appear with 1 to 2 words at a time maximum, and don't just place the images and that's it. Animate them by adding keyframes for positioning or scale, just so nothing stays static and it's dynamic and interesting. Also, probably the game changer here would be the music. Picking trendy music for your short form content is absolutely crucial, and unfortunately I can't play the one that I used here because of copyright issues, but you can go and check it yourself. And with that out of the way, I was finally ready to upload my first Instagram reel and see what the interest was gonna be. I uploaded it, did my description, and of course put all the hashtags that I thought were relevant and shared it. On the next day, I woke up to 113 views on my reel, and my very first follower was already secured. It was not a big deal, but it actually got me excited, so I kept making videos, and I have footage that is after my second upload, and boom! 1,800 views. This one really hyped me up, and I also got 5 new followers, and I was heavily motivated to keep uploading for 30 days straight. Things were looking very decent, and I started to think that this might turn out to be a very interesting challenge. So here is footage after another 2 uploads, and as you can see, the next one was a complete flop for some reason, but the one after performed decently again. My follower count grew to 19, and everything was going very well at that point. Unfortunately, I haven't documented the rest of the journey because nothing interesting really happened. Some videos were getting around 1,000 views, some below 100, and nothing really took off to make a video about. However, something very interesting happened around this time here, somewhere between these videos. I was having like 90 followers as far as I remember, and one morning I woke up and checked my Instagram account, and I had like 200 followers all of a sudden. I was shocked to say the least, because I immediately looked at the last video I uploaded, and it was having like 300 views or something. I knew that it was impossible to gain more than 100 followers from 300 views. I scrolled down, and oh my days. One of my old videos started to pick some momentum. I actually forgot to mention that basically all the numbers you're seeing on these reels were gained during the first 24 hours of upload. The views literally freeze after the first day. Not completely of course, but the reel is pretty much dead after day 1, if it doesn't go viral of course. But this one absolutely out of nowhere started to bring a ton of views again. So the algorithm can be weird sometimes, but it's good to know that at least it's giving you a second chance to your reels. And by the way, you can go ahead and scroll through the followers, the views, and etc, and you can see for yourself that these are all real accounts. These are not bots. These numbers are 100% genuine, and I haven't bought anything to make my numbers go up and make this video look better. I didn't manage to achieve some crazy results, but at least these are honest results. And like I promised at the beginning of this video, now it's time to share a bunch of very useful tips that will help you grow much faster on Instagram based on the data I received from my challenge. So the first one would be to make sure your content is top quality in all aspects. Don't rush in order to post as many reels as possible to have a higher chance of going viral. 10 decent quality videos will never beat one top quality video. Remember that. The algorithm only pushes the best ones, others slowly die off. My second tip is to experiment as much as you can to find the winning formula. I was testing how the reels will perform if there is no text in the thumbnail, if there's only one word and a whole sentence. It seems like one word works out best for me. Also, I noticed that my food related content was getting a very low amount of views. I tried multiple times by changing the topic, the amount of text in the thumbnail, and even the format, but I was still getting almost no views, and as soon as I posted posted gym content, the views started to come again. I realized that I should avoid food content, and that's the whole purpose of experimenting. By the way, I said that I'll tell you how long it takes me to make these reels. And again, I won't sit here and tell you that I do 60 reels in 60 minutes with AI, like other influencers do, which is absolute BS. Because if you don't put any thought process behind your content, that's just basically 60 minutes wasted of your lifetime. Social media is extremely competitive, and you have to put in the work in order to see results. So I started with around 50 seconds long reels, and they took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to make. It's quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I include everything from brainstorming the idea with ChatGPT to generating the images, the voiceover, trimming, adding effects, transitions, animations, captions, and so on. Even though these AI tools help you a ton, you have to spend some time adjusting this and that. AI cannot perfect it yet, and AI is not here to replace you in my opinion, but just to assist you. So later on, I decided to change the format and try some much shorter reels that I saw other creators use and going viral with. Basically, these were taking me around 20 minutes to make, and it was perfect in my case because I could have done like 5-6 reels for around 2 hours and have content to post for the next week, because that was just a side project for me and I couldn't spend too much time. However, the next tip I have for you is don't put too many hashtags. Instagram doesn't like too many hashtags for some reason, and I found out by analyzing the performance of my reels, and I noticed that on some reels the whole description was missing. Probably when you put, I don't know, maybe 20 hashtags, Instagram sees it as too much and removes everything along with the actual description of the video. I did some research and I found that people are going viral with only 3 to 4 general hashtags at most, and since then I significantly decreased the amount I used and my reels were performing well. Another tip would be the trend is your friend. Constantly look at what's trending and use it to your advantage. For example, in the fitness niche, Chris Bumstead is super popular and I could have gotten a banger sooner or later if I made reels about him. This doesn't mean my type of content won't do well, but with this strategy you are targeting a high demand topic that has low competition. The next tip I have for you is try to upload daily without sacrificing the quality. And keep in mind that the main algorithm boosters are not likes and comments, but shares and saves. The likes have the least importance as they are the easiest to be given, so your goal should be to make people comment, share, and save your reels. Another tip that I didn't try on my account is reels are your best shot, but don't neglect the image posts, and more specifically the multiple image posts. Your goal should be to make people swipe left to engage with your post. This sends signals to Instagram that people want to see more from your content and find it interesting and not just stop for a second while scrolling. You can make very educational content that way, which will cost you 10 times less in terms of time than making a reel. So definitely implement multiple image posts. My next tip is to find what's working and basically rinse and repeat. For example, I uploaded 25 videos so far and only this one got this amount of views. So I have to study this video completely and produce similar content. That includes the thumbnail, the one word in it, the black and white image, probably it's worth testing, the hashtags, the pacing of the video, the effects, and most importantly the topic. If people want to see more content about apps, don't make content about arms or back development. And the last tip I have for you is don't let your personal preferences influence the type of content you'll produce. Just because you're interested in a certain topic doesn't mean enough people are interested too. Just because you think one video looks better than the other, don't go with the style you like, but go with the one that people like. Always follow the data. Always. If you manage to implement all these tips that I gave you not just at the end, but throughout the whole video as well, I absolutely promise you that you can grow significantly on Instagram and potentially make a lot of money. You can see what I was able to do in 30 days with spending little to no time producing this content thanks to AI. And you can turn it into your main thing and 5 or 10x the results, or just do it like a side project for 6-12 months and you'll be blown away how far you've gone and how much money you can make. If you find this type of content entertaining and useful, I made a video about Fiverr that took me 7 months to get my first order, so definitely go check that out, you'll love it. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos in the future, and I'll see you next time.